Hello, everyone. This is Jean here from Authentic Energy, coming to you live from Vancouver. I'm here live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's about 12 p.m., like Eastern Standard Time. So let's talk about abs today. Do abs matter? Do flat abs, six pack abs, give this the impression that the person's healthy, attractive, worthy. Let's talk about this, okay? And because this is live, you can actually use the chat box to interact with me. If you have any questions or anything you want to chat with me or ask me about, you can use the comment, okay? Comment box here, right? So the reason why I want to talk about apps is because I noticed this big obsession amongst women or men, especially women, in terms of like getting flat abs or like getting very well defined abs, right? And it's just very interesting to see that obsession. I was also very obsessed with, like checking my abs always and taking those photos where I would have to like flaunt or show off my abs, or if there's any definition, I'll be so happy. And also like working with so many women over the past 8 years, I've also noticed that a lot of women would desire, like will always desire to have washboard abs, or like having flat abs. And if you hear some noise, that's my son is playing next to me. Like having the flat abs or even like craving the six pack is actually a lot of women's desire. And that actually relates to one person's kind of like how she perceives her body image as well, right? So having abs is also like a big sort of area in the body confidence arena that we're exploring here. Right. And so I want to break down like today's conversation into two parts, right? So do abs matter? Are abs healthy? Into two parts. One is visual and the other part is functional. Okay, I know you can't see my writing here. Visual and functional. Let's just talk about abs in terms of how it looks versus like how it works, how it functions, right? And that is my intention for today's topic, is not to kind of like promote, hey, everyone should like go do like 10,000 crunches and do those ab workouts and do the ab diet and things like that and get the abs. Okay, so before you get into whatever program or whatever workout routine that you found yourself, and when it comes to shedding off belly fat, or sculpt that abs, sculpt the well defined flat abs, I want you to ask yourself, why do you want to have that kind of abs, the abs that you find online, right? Why do you want to have flat abs? I want you to ask yourself this. Is it because you want that look, right? Is it because like you think that, or certain people beliefs or influence, media, social media make you think that having flat abs means you're attractive, having well defined six pack abs means you're healthy, right? It's a sign that you're healthy. Or like if you don't have that kind of flat abs, that means you're not attractive, you're not successful. Okay, so these are some of the thoughts I had once upon a time when I was working as a coach, and when I was like very obsessed, with like dieting and weight loss. Even though I was teaching people that, but I was very obsessed myself. Right. So this is actually something I want everyone to question, right? Are these beliefs actually true? Or they're simply just socially constructed, beliefs. Like they're basically social constructs, right? And I remember last year I conducted a research. I actually did this body image research interview with close to 50 women, and nearly half of these women actually told me that they would love to have, guess what? Yeah, six pack abs or flat abs. This is like their number one desire to have. If they can actually achieve the flat abs, then they will feel a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable in their body. So this got me thinking, okay, how can abs matter so much? Okay, and it really, when I really start digging deep into this, like I don't want to go to like cover or give everyone too much information here today, but I just realized it really has a lot to do with how the society and how the media, portrays what a perfect ideal body, what a perfect ideal beautiful body is, right? So the obsession with abs has a lot to do with our obsession with body image, and also it has a lot to do with the body image trends. And everyone knows, right? Trends come and go. Fashion trends, interior design trends, what else? Diet trends and body image trends come and go too. And I believe a lot of you guys know and you're aware that there's such a thing as body image trends, right? So if you look at someone like Marilyn Monroe from the 50s, right? Like if you Google search images, she doesn't necessarily have the flat abs or, the six pack abs. She has like a little bulge, right? If you guys noticing a lot of images, a very feminine, beautiful little soft bulge, which can be spotted in many of us. And it is very natural for women to have that little bulge in the lower abdominal area, right? So mommy will be there soon. Right. So this is something I want everyone to kind of be aware of, that it is natural, especially for women, to have fat around the tummy area, around the ab area, and especially in the lower abs. It's natural to have the tiny bulge because that is how our bodies are designed. Our bodies are designed to store fat around the belly area to what? The nature wants us to protect our babies, right? Because naturally our bodies are designed to be pregnant, to carry babies. So naturally it's it's just the wonderful design of nature or god or universe that we naturally carry more fat around the hips and the belly area. And of course it is to do with our estrogen level, to do with the hormones as well, right? So put that aside, right? So visually speaking, when you actually do have visible abs, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthier. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're more worthy or more attractive, right? Because I'll tell you guys this why. That is because it really depends on the person's genes, right? So like a lot of people asked me this before, like it's really like genetically sort of like dependent on the genes that whether if you have abs or not. Well, in a way it is, right? But it is not 100% to do with genes, right? Of course we also have to look at the person's hormones and the lifestyle, right? Your diet, your nutrition. But a lot of times it really does have to do with that person's genes as well, right? Which is why you probably have come across people that are not really, living the healthy lifestyle. They're not living the healthy lifestyle, but for some reason that just tend to have very low body fat, right? As a result, they don't really store much body fat around the ab area. So as a result, you do see like flat abs, and you do see something popping out, right? And then it makes you puzzle, like, what? Wait a second, you don't work out, you don't eat healthy, how come you have those abs, right? So this is something I want everyone to remember. It does have a lot to do with that person's genes and the hormones, right? So the genes and hormones can determine if the person actually stores, more fat around the tummy area or less fat, right? And if we look at the structure, I'm just gonna transition into the functional part slowly. So if we want to look at the structure of abs, right? Most people would think that abs are just, the six pack that you see, which is why, there's such a big obsession with like, I need to see the chocolate bars. I need to see the definition in order to know if you have abs or not, right? But hang on. Abs are actually consist of four main muscle groups, like four main muscles, right? It's not just the six pack you see. But just remember this, right? I don't really have a model or a picture to show, but there are four parts. Okay, four muscles that actually come together to form what we know as the abs. You have your rectus abdominis, right? Which is the, six pack that you see at the front. Okay, right. But you also have the transverse abdominis. So I'm doing this because transverse abdominis is the muscle that wraps around, right, your trunk. So it works like corset basically. So you guys can like Google image, right, like anatomy image of our abs, right? So transverse abdominis is basically the muscle, the ab muscle that wraps around your body. This is really important. Okay, and the last two are the internal and external obliques. Okay, so obliques, like I'm doing this because they're on the side, right? So they're sitting right above your hip bones, right? So a lot of times when we're doing exercise such as like side planks, right, and side crunches, just some examples, or even just like certain twisting motions, we're actually working the obliques, right? And if you're doing a lot of twisting, if your core workout, your ab workout have twisting, a lot of times it is to train your transverse abdominis, Okay, so just to give you guys a general idea of that, right? If you do want to see it, you can go a Google image search and you can see exactly how the four muscles work together. So, like very often when I design a core workout, when I design an ab workout, I have to actually think about, how can we strengthen, engage these four muscles, right? These four muscles in the workout, right? So that is the way I do it. And also, I do highly recommend everyone to look for workouts. If you do want to, work on your abs, do look for the workouts that are actually practical, right? Practical meaning that they're actually designed to train, like to strengthen your four muscles, not just like, sit ups, okay? Just targeting like the front. If you're doing some kind of like, ab workout that has so many movements, just focusing on bending forward and back, like hinging, right? Crunching so much, or different variations of crunching. I'll say that that's not very effective because you're only just focusing on shortening, targeting just the front muscles there, right? The front muscle being the rectus abdominis, I can say that, abdominis. Okay, but a really good ab workout should target all the muscles, the four muscles, right? Are you working on the obliques? Are you working on the transverse abdominis, right? And there's just so many methods and so many ways and equipments or no equipments you can use to train these muscles, right? So this is something that, like I want to share with you guys. And I have recorded some workouts from my previous years. You can find them on my channel, like under my workouts, and just check out the workouts, right? And that's something I want to mention in case a lot of people don't know. If you know already, great. But so like I know a lot of people ask me like how often should you train your core? Like should you do your core all the time? Like if you're it depends on your goal, right? Like I asked at the beginning of the video, why do you want flat abs? Okay. Do you want it for purely image, body image reason, visual reason, just to look good, just to feel good, right? To feel like you're attractive, or do you want it for functional reason? Okay, and my personal suggestion, and a lot of you probably know this already, I sent out an email last week to the community that I'm always big on setting functional goal versus number goal or body image goal, right? Meaning that let's set a functional goal in terms of like, are you able to lift things without feeling pain? That's a functional goal, right? Are you able to like run and jump, right, without kind of feeling uh fatigue, right? So that is a functional goal, something practical, something you can actually put into your day-to-day use, right? Versus a number goal will be like, okay, I just want to lose like 10 pounds. I want to what give me another body image goal, like, okay, I want to have flat abs, right? Because once you achieve that, right, you may not actually have realized that you're not changing the lifestyle, you're not actually focusing on training your core holistically, right? So this is like why when you shift your focus to functional goal, you will start to see a there will be some kind of visual results as a result of this, right? Like, trust me, there will be some kind of visual results, but you would not be obsessed with like, I only want the visual result, but how come I don't see it? And ignore the whole journey and all the functional gains you've obtained through the whole journey, right? Because when you can actually see how much you've gained for your body functionally, right? How much you've actually improved your fitness and also your posture, and just like your fitness overall, you will have a wholesome, like a true wholesome appreciation for your body, what your body can do, what your abs can do, right? Rather than what your abs look like and what your body looks like, right? So this is actually something that I'm always passionate about, and what I coach inside our body confidence club, that how can we actually train ourselves and rewire our lifestyle, our energy and mindset, and how we manage our body so that we are focusing more on our body balance and also our body function than just what it looks like to please like the social standard, to please what the media wants, to please other people, right? I know like a lot of times we do it to please ourselves, but then what we believe is like beautiful has a lot to do with what other people tell us what is beautiful, right? And I want you to do this for your own opinion, for your own mind, for your own belief, right? So that's something I want to mention. I think I've covered everything for today, right? Basically visual abs in terms of visual versus functional, right? And I want everyone to stop obsessing over like what your abs look like, but really start focusing on like what your abs can do, right? And as I explained to everyone before, that your abs are consisted of four main muscles, right? So when it comes to like really wanting to improve your health and wellness, your overall fitness, really focus on like training these four muscles, right? And when you add training the meaning, I want to be more specific. Mommy will be done soon. You can see how loud my son is, right? That's a sign of health. Okay, he's very healthy. So you want to train, you want to strengthen these four muscles so that they're strong. Okay, they're engaged in movements, and when your abs, right, like the four ab muscles are strong, trust me, your life will be better not in terms of like looking the way, but in terms of how you can perform your day-to-day tasks much much more easily. You can have a better posture, and also strong abs can actually support your spine, support your backs, your back in the movements such as like twisting movements, bending movements, and what else, lifting, right? You will actually heavily reduce your risk of actually developing like back aches or certain like back pain, spinal issues. So having strong core, strong abs is so important, right? So remember this. You're training for functional reason. And like there's so many other benefits of having a strong abs, right? So not just the look of it, but strong abs can also help you with your breathing. Like, trust me, it can really improve your breathing. Strong abs can also improve your physical stability, right? It will reduce your chance of tripping over, falling over. Trust me, having strong core, strong abs can really save you from falling over. I felt that many, many times. And which is why I am so diligently working on rebuilding my core, rebuilding my abs right now. And it's not about like, okay, cutting my body fat so I can see my abs again. But like when I'm working with my physiotherapist, we're really working on like developing the corset, the transverse abdominis, to actually have that working together with my other parts of my abs, like working with my obliques, and also working with my rectus abdominis, my six pack, and also other parts of my body, right? Other parts of the core system, right? Core is not just the abs. Core consists of your glutes and also your quads as well. So yeah, so this is what I'm devoting a lot of my time on in terms of postpartum recovery. And if anyone would like me to do a separate video talking about postpartum body recovery, like in terms of fitness building or physical building, I'll be more than happy to do that. But my message for today is that I stand firmly by setting functional goal for your body. And even when it comes to abs, right, set a functional goal for your abs. How do you want to strengthen, how do you want to train your abs, your four ab muscles, so that they can actually help you live a better and healthier life? Okay, they can help you actually in your performance, in your movements, right, in your day-to-day life. All right, in terms like in functional, instead of like how can you do certain things so that you can see your abs, okay, and that's it, like lift up your shirt and take a selfie and be happy about it, right? Because that's not going to last long, trust me. If you don't change your lifestyle, if you don't change the way you eat, if you don't change your habits, if you don't change your mindset, the abs can come and go. But I want you to have strong abs for life. Okay, even when you're a bit older, when you age, your abs are still strong to help you have better posture, to help you live your life, as a badass queen, as a strong fit badass queen. And that is my goal here. Okay, so this is all for me today in terms of apps. And let me know what you think of today's topic. And if you guys have any questions, just write it in the comments. I might start changing up the format from next week when it comes to the Wednesday live, because I know a lot of you guys have questions for me, but you may not be here live. So you can actually submit questions to me beforehand, and I will actually go through some of the questions the frequently asked questions or Q&A here, right? So that, whether if you're tuning live on or replay, you can have your questions answered. How about that, right? So let me know if you're tuning live or replay, write in the comment. And before I go, let me know where is everybody tuning in from, okay? And I know a lot of you guys are interested to work with me directly. You know where to find me. Join my Body Confidence Club, okay? And that is where you will learn everything you need to know about building body confidence, building your body wellness, how to work on your body, how can you balance your body. And I'm very passionate to share my experience from coaching and my knowledge from all the different studies I've done, right? And this is my life mission, okay, to help everyone live a happy and more healthy and confident lifestyle. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in here today. And just let me know where's everyone tuning in from again. Okay, I'll be here again next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye.